You boy. You know what time it is, nigga. Better watch how you step in. Yeah. But that was my nigga. Yeah. I'm in it, yo. Got my nigga Rewan with me. But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor. You know what I'm saying? Under commanding general, your honor. Straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home, that's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown, I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my Hakim gon' let him have it. Hey, think you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it, ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talking shit, yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm reppin'. And my niggas solid, number real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start steppin'. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them. I see them dapping, man, hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, the shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complexion. Still fighting to get accepted, we hear the truth and reject it. But love is getting corrected, and all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
Gangster about that. You know what I think I know, my I think the only real gangsters left are Commanding General Yohana's.
Right.
I think we're the last gangsters on earth.
Not in one time.
We got 5 women. We're always in a nightclub all the time. We're with the brothers. We're drinking liquor, and people are terrified of us. I think we're the last gangsters.
Right.
I think there are no gangsters, but the Israelite school of UPK.
Are you black?
Take a look in the mirror, man.
Look, man, you got a legitimate beef, all right? But it ain't with us, okay?
Are you black?
Hey, look, man, don't let me question the fact whether I'm black. Now, I bet you niggas do think y'all white. College don't mean shit. Y'all niggas. And you gonna be niggas forever. Just like us. Niggas.
It wasn't never what a fake nigga think. It was always what a real nigga think.
I made my name up in these streets like a real nigga. I keep them pistols in my Jeep like a real nigga. I make sure all my homies eat like a real nigga.
Majority of the world is telling a black, Hispanic, and Native Indian woman what they want to hear.
No, what we need to do is try to come together as a race of people and stop being persecuted and murdered in the streets.
And when we worship the God that of these other nations, we give all of our resources and all our love and dedication to their gods.
gonna protect you in the house when someone breaks in? You both sisters, you both females. Well, one of you is gonna have to try to step up because there's no power in the house no more.
This is just a different derivative that we spoke in the Babylonian captivity. You understand? But it derives from the actual ancient Hebrew.
We want to be shining. We want to be the light. So that's why the Lord say, we the salt of the earth.
Shine Christ. Shine Christ, Israel. Shalom. Let's go. Shalom, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shabrak Thumb. To all the brothers, Yahweh Shamar Alatha Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. To all the sisters. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York. You understand? Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth according to the Bible that so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the true descendants of the biblical Israelites that's spoken about in the Holy Bible. You understand? And we are not affiliated with any Christian organizations, any Muslim organizations, any fake Israelite groups either. ISUPK is the home of the truth, and it is not of the ISUPK, it is not of the truth. You understand? Now under the leadership of Commander Junior Yohana, you understand, holding this truth down under the Most High in Christ. Big ups to Commander Junior Yohana. You know what I'm saying? We're here in ISUPK, we're here in Chicago, holding down the Lashawan Qadash class tonight. So that's what we're going to be going over. We're going to be jumping back into the scriptures, practicing reading and writing in the Hebrew, not only in the ancient, but in the Assyrian as well. All right, so before we do that, though, I just want to give a special shout out to all of course, Commander Junior Yohana and all the generals that came down to the Midwest Fire Weekend in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? We had a spectacular time out there. You know what I'm saying? Had the lecture, Salaki, General Muhammad's class on Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Round Table of Truth on Thursday, special edition. You know, we had our Demons Real lecture on Friday with Commander Junior Yohana. Man, if you ain't checked out all the events that we did on the Midwest Fight Weekend, make sure you go back. You know, look up the Round Table of Truth page, look up the ISUPK page, or the ISUPK Chicago page, or the Windy City page. Look up ISUPK Detroit. You can get all the raw footage that happened over this past weekend, man, over in Detroit, man. Also, can't forget on Saturday we had Captain 13,000 Akab Bariam's, album release party. You know what I'm saying? And it was a total. I mean, Cap killed it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Had all the hits, you know what I'm saying? Had the old school hits, new school hits. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't got this album yet, man, contact Captain Akad personally, man. 144 The Rebel, man. You understand what I'm saying? So that album is the album that you don't want to miss, man. You understand what I'm saying? So and on Sunday, of course, we had the Midwest Fire Weekend cookout like we always do. You know what I'm saying? It was a spectacular turnout. You know what I'm saying? We had the brothers and the sisters join the brotherhood and the sisterhood. We ate good food. The food was tremendous. Man, it was a black and brown cookout, man. What's better than that? What's better than the black and brown cookout where there's no violence? There's no getting into it, no beefing. You understand? Security on point. Ain't nothing going down. You understand what I'm saying? So big ups to everybody that came through. We had the West Coast in the building. We had the East Coast in the building. And of course, the Midwest. We had down south. We had brothers and sisters from all over, man. You know what I'm saying? So big ups to everybody who came through and showed support and got it in with us, man. That's what this truth is all about, man. Showing that brotherhood and sisterhood and the spirit of Christ and the spirit of the Most High. You understand what I'm saying? So let me go ahead and jump into it. You know what I'm saying? Get into what we're gonna be talking about today. Of course, like we do every week, we're gonna be going over this chart, the Lashawan Qadash chart. Anybody got any questions or comments? feel free to type it down up in the chat. I know we live on Facebook, we live on Twitter, we live on YouTube. You understand? So, you know what I'm saying? Come get your culture back. This right here is your culture. You know what I'm saying? You won't speak English, you don't speak Spanish, you don't speak Creole, French. That is not your native tongue that the Lord gave to you. You understand? This right here, this is what you need right here, the Lashawan Qadash. And while you may think you see a whole bunch of scribble up here, but this is the Lord's language that the Lord passed down to you. And you think you don't understand it today because we have been in oppression and we have been ridiculed by the devil that the Bible speaks of, which is the so-called white man. Got us speaking English and these bastardized languages that does not belong to us. You understand? So, let's go ahead and get into it. You know what I'm saying? If you just joining us for the first time or for one of the first time, this is the Lashawan Qadash class where we go over the Lashawan Qadash, which is translated into English to holy tongue. Lashawan Qadash is the Hebrew. Holy tongue means, Lashawan Qadash means holy tongue. All right, Lashawan, Qadash meaning holy, meaning set apart, and tongue Lashawan meaning tongue, okay, meaning language, what you speak, okay, because of course you can't speak without your tongue, you understand? All right, so in the Hebrew, of course, you always want to read from right to left, meaning the opposite of what you would read today if you opened up an English book, how you read it from left to right. You comprehend the Hebrew by reading it from right to left, okay? And you also write the Hebrew from right to left, okay? That's why you will see up here, it has Lashawan Qadash, starting from the left to the right. And here in the English, you have Lashawan Qadash from left to right. So that's an example of that. You understand? But in the English, it's from left to right. But in the Hebrew, of course, it's right to left. All right. So this right here is the Hebrew chart. This is what you need. You need this first row right here is the ancient Hebrew. This is the ancient Hebrew alphabet. Okay. So if you want to speak Hebrew, this is the characters or letters that you're going to need to have down packed and memorized. Okay. So starting from the left, we're just gonna pronounce them out real quick. All right. So we make sure we can see them good. So okay, we can see them good. You see here we got ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, ta, za, qua, ra, sha, tha. Okay, and then down below you will see some different characters, but it's the same pronunciations. All right, the only difference down here is this is the Assyrian Hebrew, and it has 5 different special characters that if these characters falls at the end, that's what it would look like instead of the one on the top of it. Okay, boom. So that's it right there. All right. All right, so last week we was at the Fire Weekend. We was holding down the Fire Weekend over in Detroit. But the week before last, we went over Genesis, the 3rd chapter, in the 10th verse. Okay, we wrote it out in the Syrian, then we wrote it out in the ancient. All right. So we don't have to go over this again. We're gonna jump to verse 11. All right, we're gonna get verse 11. If anybody is tuning in to the class, of course, if you don't have a physical Tanakh, which what this is right here, if you don't have a physical Tanakh or Tanayayak in the Hebrew where you can read and write. I mean, you can read the actual Assyrian. Download an app that's called the Blue Letter Bible, and you can use the Hebrew that's in the Blue Letter Bible if you don't have the actual the Tanakh. All right. So once again, the Blue Letter Bible is what you can use to follow along as we going through the scripture, as we writing it out and reading it out. Blue Letter Bible. If you need help trying to use the app and handle it and get to the Hebrew, if it's your first time using it, of course you might not know what button to press to get to the Hebrew, but just type it in the chat if you need some assistance. I'll show you how to do it. You know what I'm saying? So, with no further ado, we can go ahead and we can take this one down. Just bear with me real quick. Okay. All right, gotta get an eraser. Okay. For the time being, we can see this up here. Got to get an eraser real quick. So we can just go over this until I take this down. Bear with me real quick, Israel. Okay. All right. We can take this on down. We're going to start at verse 11 this time. Okay. So we're going to start it. We got a little blur. We can fix that a little. Oh. All right, let it focus a little bit. So once again, we're going to start at Genesis. We're going to start at Genesis, the 3rd chapter. And we're going to go into the 11th verse. Okay. First, of course, we're going to start off by reading the we're going to read it out in the English. and then we're gonna write it out in the Assyrian. So Genesis, the 3rd chapter, it says, "And he said, Who told thee that thou wast naked? Okay. Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat." All right, so now we're at a point in the scriptures where the Lord is talking to Adam after he, ate from that tree of knowledge that the Lord told him not to. This is their conversation. This is the Lord speaking to Adam after they did that. Right? So now let's make sure it's clear we can see. Blurry. All right. So once again, we're at the point in the scriptures where the Lord is speaking to Adam. So now let's write it out in the Assyrian. Waya Amar. Waya Amar. Maya. Hagayad. Shalom, Lord Christ. Hagayad. Lak. Lak. Kaya. Ayaram. Ayaram. Atha. Laki. Atha. Haman. Haman. Ha'itaza. Ashar. Tazawayath. Yuka. Tazawayath Yuka. Labalafia. 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 A call. Make another line. After a call. Wow, appreciate that. All right, after a call, we got Mamanwa. Here we have Akalath. Akalath. All right. Let's read. They be upstairs, making noise, so I don't know. I don't know first. All right, so let's go ahead and read this out. Matter of fact, let's just put the English translation. Of course, we know Waya Amar. Waya Amar, it means, and he said. Waya Amar means, and he said. Maya is who? Maya. Hagayad is told. Hagayad is told. Then we have Lak, which is the. Kala is that. Ayaram is naked. Ayaram is naked. Then you have Atha, of course, is thou or you. Then you have Haman. Haman is of. You have Ha'itaza is the tree. Ha'itaza is the tree. And Ashar is whereof. Ashar is whereof. Talawayathika means I commanded thee. Taza Wayath Yaka. Taza Wayath Yaka, I commanded thee. Then you have Labalathia. Labalathia, which is that not. A call. Thou shouldest eat. You have Mamanya, which means from or of. And last you have Akalath. Akalath. Thou has eaten. All right, so let's go ahead and read this all the way through. Well, let's get to ancient, and then we can read it all the way through. All right. But once again, now in the ancient, we have Mar. We have Mar, Maya, Hagayad, Locke, Kaya, Yorum, 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 and you have Atha. All right, next line, we have Haman, Haman, then you have Ha'itaza, Ha'itaza, okay, and you have Ashar, Ashar, which means whereof. So like, And next we have Tazawayathyuka. Tazawayathyuka. Which means I commended thee. Tazawayathyuka. All right. And next you have Laba Lafia. Laba Lafia. Lafia. All right. Next you have a call. Okay. So we got, see, we're gonna have to squeeze 2 more words in here. We're just gonna move these up a little bit. We're gonna move these 2 words up a little bit so we can fit the last 2 in. Haman. Haman. All right, Haman. And then Ha'itaza. Ha'itaza. Okay. Okay. So now let's see if we can fit the last 2. Omania. Omania. Okay. And then last word we got here is akalath. Akalath. Okay. Okay, akalath. All right. So now we got Genesis, the 3rd chapter and the 11th verse. We got it out in the it's Genesis, the 3rd chapter and the 11th verse. Let's go ahead and first I'm gonna read it out in the ancient Hebrew. Then we're gonna read what exactly we just said in the English. Okay, let's do it. Genesis chapter 3, verse 11 in the Hebrew. Waya Amar Maya Hagaya Lak Kaya Ayaram Hatha Haman Ha'itaza Ashar Tadawayathika Labalathia Akal Mamanya Akalath. All right. We're going to recite that one more time. If you're following along, go ahead and recite it out to the best of your abilities, of course. If you're a beginner, just try to get all the way through the verse. Okay? Just try to get all the way through. Of course, you run over some tougher words, some speed bumps. Just go ahead and keep on reading. That's the only way you're gonna, you know what I'm saying, persistent to learn. You know what I'm saying, is if you keep on trying to pronounce the words. All right, once again, it's Genesis chapter 3 and verse 11. Waya Amar, Maya, Hagaya, Lak, Kaya, Ayaram, Atha, Haman, Ha'itaza, Ashar, Tazawakyaka, Labalathia, Akal, Mamanya, Akalath. All right, that's the Hebrew. So now we're going to read in the English what it is that we just said in the ancient Hebrew. Of course, because the scripture in the New Testament said, you know, don't utter a different, I'm paraphrasing, but don't utter a different language if the people can't understand. That's why we don't subscribe to the ignorance of the speaking in tongues that the Christian church decides to do. You know what I'm saying? When they doing all of those speaking in tongues when you can barely understand what they saying. They say that's speaking in tongues. That's not speaking in tongues. Speaking in tongues is just like we said this word, Lashawan Qadash. Lashawan means tongue. That means language. That's what speaking in tongues is. Speaking different languages. It's not speaking some, la 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 da di da that no one understands what you're saying. You understand? That actually goes against the scripture because it tells you not to recite any tongue that the people don't understand. It's like, what's the point of saying it if nobody knows what you're saying? All right. So that's why we read the Hebrew. Now we're going to write out in the English what was just said. Okay. So this is Genesis, the 3rd chapter and the 11th verse in the English. It says, and he said, who told thee that thou wast naked? All right, real quick backdrop on this. This is when the Lord was speaking to Adam. And after Adam had ate from that tree of knowledge that he wasn't supposed to eat from, you understand, he was ashamed, basically. That's what it's talking about when it says he was naked. He was ashamed because, of course, it's not talking about he was literally naked. This is a figure of speech. You understand? This is talking about he was naked. Like anybody naked, what's the first thing you do? You try to cover up. So that's what Adam did when he got that knowledge of good and evil. he tried to cover himself up. And how did he try to cover himself up? He tried to cover himself up by being a part of the people around him, by trying to blend in with their culture that the Lord didn't prescribe for him to have. That's how he, you know what I'm saying, knew that he was naked after he did that. Because when from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, he knew now that he's not like a part anymore. He knew that he was, you know, done some evil now, which was go against the word of the Lord. You understand? So let's continue to read. And he said, how thou, Salakia, hast thou eaten of the tree? So the Lord said, how do you know you naked? Have you eaten of the tree I'm gonna continue to read. Whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest eat. So the Lord's asking basically a rhetorical question because he know he did already. You understand? So that's this is the scripture. I ain't gonna go into a full breakdown. We here to learn the English, the Hebrew. You understand? So I'm gonna go ahead and read it out one more time so we can understand what was said in the Hebrew. You understand? This is an important language right here, man. This is the language that the Lord that Christ is gonna be speaking when he come back. So I advise you to take heed to this Hebrew, man. You understand? Just like in the book of Ecclesiasticus, you understand, the prologue before they start writing out the scriptures, it said this Hebrew, when it's uttered in a language, when it's uttered in its true form, it has a different strength. I'm paraphrasing, of course, but it has a different power to it. So learning this Hebrew is extremely important for your culture. You understand? So once again, Genesis chapter 3, verse 11 in the Hebrew. Wayamar Maya Hagaya Lak Kaya Ayaram Atha Haman Ha'itaza Hashar to the Wayathika Labalathia Akal Mamanya Akalath. All right, and what did we just read? And he said, who told thee that thou wast naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat? All right. So this is the point of this class today, was to, of course, practice reading and writing out the Hebrew. And the more you do it, the more it gets regulated into your mind. And that's the whole point of taking your culture back, so it becomes regular to you. It becomes normal to you. That's the whole point of believing in the Most High in Christ, that it becomes your lifestyle. You understand? Not like church, when you go to church on Sunday and then you at the club with hoes on Monday. That ain't what we doing here. We here to take our culture and to make it, put it in your mind, put it in your soul, make it a part of you. Understand? And this language right here, this is the language that is a part of you, man, spiritually. You understand what I'm saying? So with that, make sure we tune in to the Round Table of Truth tonight at 8 p.m. The first show since the special edition last week, Round Table of Truth. We got it. We're gonna be live tonight with Captain 13,000 Marvel Quad and his co-host. You understand? Make sure you tune in to that, and also make sure you tune in next week's Lashawan Qadash class, where we're gonna practice some more of this Hebrew so we can get this normalized in us, man. All right. So with that, I'm Precinct Officer 1000 Iyer of the Isupk under Commander Junior Hanna. That's my time. Shalom.
Have Big Mama stop any of the shootings that go on? Have Big Mama stop any of the whoring that go on amongst our people? Did Big Mama stop our people from smoking crack? In order to be a Big Mama, you got to damn near go about 20 years, 30 years without a man. Your box drop all the way up.
Oh, God.
Block, put your kids to sleep tonight. God damn it. I done tried TikTok. I probably ain't gonna make it. You know what I'm saying?